Welcome to the Two Posh Podcast.
I am Gabrielle. I'm a former New York Mafia princess, originally from Austria. I am the mother of 3 and the owner of Two Posh Boutique, and here with my beautiful co-host Marcella, my daughter.
Hello, I'm Marcella. I'm a dancer, choreographer, model, and designer for Two Posh, and I say whatever the I want.
Hi, my name is Cruz. I am a stylist. I also own the Society Salon in the Design District, and I am a short little Mexican with a big personality.
What will they say next? Welcome to the Two Posh Podcast.
Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I'm here with my beautiful co-host Marcella.
Hello.
And Gino is joining us for another show.
I'm back.
And our gossip girl, Liv.
Hi, guys.
Danielle is out of town again.
I know.
We got to
Always.
get on a different roster with her.
I know. I need to go to town. It's my turn.
Yeah.
How is everybody? Everything good, Liv?
All good in the hood.
Yeah.
Same old, same old.
Working a lot?
Yeah. We're busy. We're really busy. So that's a good
Tell
thing.
everyone where you work.
We're at Candle Room in Knox Henderson. We're about to have our 20th anniversary this year. So
wow.
20 years, that's pretty big for a club. So
Yeah. They usually
yeah.
change hands so much.
we're still going strong. And I mean, it's amazing. We have a great team. So
Is there any
love
other
it.
club in Dallas that's 20 years?
I don't think so.
That is
can't-
pretty nuts.
That's unbelievable.
20 years is a
Wow.
long time. So
That's incredible.
yeah.
So I thought we talk about a couple different subjects today. And one of them is the question, are you too needy? And there's like a little test that we can answer, tricks that make you instantly more desirable when dating. And there
Are
are
you trying to
rules.
tell us something?
I have not even, honestly, I have not read anything about it. And I'm going to tell you, I am extremely needy.
I am not needy before we take this test.
I don't think I'm needy, but I mean, who knows at this point? I could be the neediest girl in the world.
Gino?
I don't know. It depends on the questions. Depends on what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to hear.
Let's see. They're talking about the rules book. I love that book so much. I'm so for
Yes,
that book.
My mom and Patrick have a lot of rules.
But I'm talking about the book.
I
There's a
know.
book, and that book, you should live by it.
A book of rules?
Yes, it's called
your
The
relationships.
Rules.
I'm not very good with rules.
I know.
Rules and I are not very good friends, but
I somehow
I
figured
mean,
that it
you're doing
was.
something right, so maybe we should read that.
I know. That's what I always think. I'm
Right.
Like, maybe my way is wrong.
So there's one question right there. And one is, could playing hard to get work for you? Do you play hard to get?
Yes.
Liv?
Yes and no. I mean, I would say no. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I would say yes, yes.
As the guy playing hard to get, not very much. I mean, at the beginning a little bit, but once you're together now.
Like, I'll never be the pursuer, which
Mm-mm.
I know I've had a friend tell me recently, she's like, you should. And I'm like, no, if they're not going to do it, I'm not. I'll never text or call.
Me
First.
neither.
I will sometimes. I
Yeah.
mean, not every time, and I don't want it to be every time, but I mean, certain things, certain situations, yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely like reached out first, maybe because they're a little more shy, and
yeah.
So
I don't think
I
it's
mean,
wrong. I
yeah.
think it's just, and I think today even more so, some women are, you've seen people, they're like, she slid into my DMs. You've seen those
Yes,
people.
Corey Brooks.
Yeah, and
I mean, his girls, they are the cutest couple I've ever seen.
But it's like, people would say like, shoot your shot. And I just don't do that.
yeah, shooters got to shoot.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I mean, it's kind of goes how bad, do you want it badly enough? Because what if you don't, and what
Yeah.
if he really is just a shy
Shy.
guy, and you're so beautiful, and
Yeah.
you're so successful, and you have a lot of good things going for you. Like, if you don't shoot your shot, maybe you're missing
That's true.
something really good. And it doesn't have to be every time. I don't think
No.
it should be. But I
Yeah.
mean, definitely, like, I don't think it's absolutely no. Like, I
Yeah.
think it's definitely should be something to.
I think that maybe they, wouldn't even think you'd be interested. So there's that.
It's always that.
yeah.
It's always that. Every
And-
time. And it's always, oh, I never thought that you would be interested in someone like me. What do you mean? Like,
yeah. So there's that way of looking at it. Or they don't even know you exist. I mean, yet. And you're like, oh.
Well, I'm reading something here that's actually quite interesting because it says playing hard to get works best to reel someone in rather than as a long-term strategy. No one's going to hanker after someone who never, ever lets them get close. The secret is to leave them guessing they think they've got you but have they, but not leave them feeling utterly paranoid and insecure. The strategy also doesn't work if you simply come across as arrogant and disinterested. Once the relationship is established, being authentic and allowing yourself to be vulnerable is crucial to making it meaningful and satisfying. That all makes a lot of sense. Like, there's a difference playing hard to get and being arrogant.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
And disinterested too.
Yeah.
I think then at that point you should, like, if you're not interested at all, you should just kind of tell them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because
otherwise, then you don't know where you stand. So then someone's always feelings are getting hurt.
Right.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Interesting. I agree with that though.
What about the instant replier?
What does that
Like
mean?
as soon, this is an example. This is a
I hate that game. If you're on your phone, you get the text, just respond.
I agree. Like how long is too long? And then I always forget. And then all of a sudden it's 3 days later and I'm like, oh, I totally forgot to text him back. Like, it's just, it goes back to are you interested or not? Like,
yeah.
No.
I don't like I get the games, but then sometimes I hate the game. Like, it's like, this is stupid. Like,
everyone
just
has their
text
phone.
back. Yeah.
No one does not have their phone on them at all times in this world.
Although, personally, I feel like people get very upset with me, but mine is so different. And maybe you're like this too. When I am working, I cannot be on my phone. So like 4 hours might go by. It's not on purpose.
Yeah. I have a lot of unread text messages. I have like 1,500 unread text messages. So I'm really bad at that. But most of the time it's not because I'm
I was bad.
It's just because I don't want to talk to you. And it's just, it's.
I don't have the energy for it at that moment.
Yeah. And also too, like, if you're not like a close friend to me, like I don't really want to sit here and small talk over text. Like, that's just not my vibe.
Yeah. I get that.
I don't have the time for that. I'm working or, relaxing or hanging out with my dog or doing whatever, hanging out with my friends. So it's like, if you want to hang out or you want to get to know me, don't text me. Hey, let's go grab a drink. Let's go grab coffee or something. Like, I don't want to be sitting here. Hi.
Oh, you like to be more in person.
Hey.
It's like, it depends.
I don't know. But I mean, I'm very picky. So like, even to get to in person is like, I feel like that's even like a lot to get there.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting.
This is interesting because, this is a sex expert that is doing this whole article. And I find very interesting what she just said about this situation because she said this 27-year-old woman works in the media. She's great looking, articulate, social, and popular. She has no problem attracting men on dating apps, but still hasn't found someone to have a serious relationship with. They call her an instant replier. Someone contacts her, a workmate, a friend, a potential partner, and she responds immediately. She sees it as efficient and polite. Her work colleagues and friends would agree, but responding within seconds to someone who shows interest on a dating app, assuming you want more than to Netflix and chill, isn't doing her any favors at all. So she says, do not reply instantly. She warns her to let the love interest wait at least half a day before responding to their messages and not to reply to every message.
But this is a date in the dating app, right? So they don't even have your number, right? So that makes more sense. Like in a dating app, yeah, you should. I think that's more appropriate. But like, don't wait a half a day to text me back. Like if you have my number. But in the dating app, yeah, I think that's
them like kind of wanting it.
Yeah, I see that. But I think over text is kind of silly.
She said, I give her 2 rules. The next time someone shows some interest, she has to wait at least half a day or a day before responding, and she can only answer 1 or 2 texts out of 3, not every single one. And why this works, immediately reciprocating another person's interest may not be the smartest strategy. People who are way too easy to attract are often seen as less valuable and less appealing. The second rule is based on a ploy called intermittent reinforcement.
Ugh.
Okay, but I do believe that no matter what generation we're in, what decade, it doesn't matter. People want what they cannot have.
100%.
So sometimes, Gino, you might not like the game, but I guarantee it's just like a mind thing. Like, why haven't they responded? Or like, it kind of keeps you like on your toes in a way.
Men are hunters.
Yeah.
If I start talking to a girl and it's half a day responses, I've lost interest. I don't want that. That's not interesting
If
to me.
you liked her though,
You guys put me on those miserable dating apps.
I've never been on a dating app.
They're on a
I'll
dating
never go
app.
back.
I am terrible on a dating app. Okay, like they'll sit and you can look at mine right now, and it will be like we'll match, and then they'll write me something, and then I just don't respond. And I think it's because what they wrote me back is just, I don't know. It's like it's hard to be like personal. I think on a dating app, so like you have like a really quick like. You know, you got like 2 sentences to really catch my attention. And then like, you know, they'll be sitting there like, you know, I'll write back to something and then I'll forget about it because I don't have them popped up, like notifications popped up. And then like, I'll go 3 days later, go back in and he'll be like, hey, are you still there? And like, to me, that's annoying. And I'm just like, obviously I have way better things to do than be checking this app every 2 minutes. Like who has that time? But I think over text, like, you know, it's definitely impersonal, but over a dating app, I mean, I don't owe you anything either, so
no,
knock it off.
The saying, it's what keeps gamblers hooked. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, it's like a gamble.
That's crazy. And if they never ever win anything at all, even the most foolish give up.
That makes sense.
See, look at this. Writes this whole thing. We match. Hi there. How was your day? 4 days later. You there? Haha. A week later. You still wanting to meet up? No, obviously not. No.
As we keep going, it'll make sense once I get there, but I am listening. I just want to find something that's really funny for me to read out loud in a moment, but we'll keep going.
What, Gino, what like in a dating app, like what catches your eye for a girl? Like, cause you're a guy, so it's you have a different perspective.
Well, I'll be out on the dating apps for sure. I won't be returning to the
Gino
dating apps.
just became recently single.
Yeah, in the last 48
like
hours.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Well, maybe we should celebrate.
Exactly. That's what I think.
You
anyway.
definitely take a break from the dating apps, but you know, like in the past, like was it something she wrote? Was it her photo? Like, what's more like your
like when I was on a dating app and like just scrolling. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, it was looks first,
right? Of course.
So I'm not gonna make up some
Well, duh, yeah.
So looks first, but then if I would send a message, if we'd match and send a message, if someone would do the like, okay, responds in 2 days or something, I'm not really that interested then. And I kind of get bored. Like, if you don't want to talk, that's fine.
Yeah.
But then why'd we match?
Yeah,
So,
because you're putting yourself out there. So it's like,
I think that's
there's
why
so many people on it too. It's
I like to meet in person. I've never been on a dating app, but I can tell through Instagram just how or even through text, I don't think I'm interested in any of it because I can't get to know this person at all. So I can't be interested at all. So it has been very difficult in that way. I like to meet in person because you'll know like that.
yeah.
And then we don't have to worry about the texting.
I like to if I'm going out one-on-one with someone, it's usually someone I've already hung out with in a group setting.
Yes.
Because I can make sure that it's not going to be like, oh my God,
Awkward.
in the first 5 minutes, I just want to go to the bathroom and never come back. Because I thought about doing that several times. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, this is terrible.
Right.
So, you screen them and like worst case, maybe one of his friends, you connect better with him or, he connects with whatever, like, it kind of like eases that out. And then like, if there's nothing there, then you have your friends and he's got his friends and it's not as awkward for everybody.
I agree with that too. It's very hard, like this way of doing it. But I just want to read this because it's very funny. And it's from I guess the dating apps or WhatsApp or something. So somebody said, "So you ghosted me." The person responds and says, "No, I didn't. Your conversation skills were below par, and I carried the conversation all the time. You are nonchalant, inexpressive, and your idea of taking an interest in me was a constant, 'How was your day?' Having a conversation with you was not mentally stimulating. I didn't ghost you. I just stopped entertaining mediocrity."
Oh, that's like pretty
ouch.
harsh.
The person said,
Whoa.
"Wow."
Wow.
But it's I guess that's the other thing is you have to come up, entertain people through text. And I would just, I really would rather just meet for the first time in person or have friends do it or friends meet. And it's just, I feel like that's how
I agree.
you meet and you're like, wow, I actually met this person. And then you find them on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, and it's really hard to tell someone's personality over a picture and, you know, a little description of yourself. Like, you know.
Yeah, I can't get excited on anybody over text, to be honest.
No. And men are not that witty either. So it's like,
No.
you know, the banter is not really that great usually.
Yeah, mediocrity. You stopped entertaining it. Well, this is harsh.
We're
but-
never going to get boyfriends, Marcella.
I know we talked about the benefits of being single earlier.
Oh yeah, earlier. She should have been here.
I could list a lot of them.
Tell some.
Ordering whatever you want for dinner.
We didn't have that on there.
No,
Yeah.
but I would.
Not having someone use your nice lotions and face soaps and body washes, and
Do you guys do that?
in the past they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have their own shampoo?
Oh, but mine's so much nicer. They,
Oh.
you know,
Oh.
like, and they, I like this. This is such a nice face cream. Well, yeah, it's like $150. Of course, it's
Stop using it.
Don't use your $20, you know, lotion, body lotion.
That is funny. The other thing is, it says Olivia. Tells all too soon. She says she counseled Olivia, a beauty therapist, a year ago. She was having problems finding a lasting relationship, even though she had plenty of first dates with attractive men. All the dates had two common factors. They were marathon dates. She figured the longer she kept the date going, the more chance she had the person liking her.
Oh, no.
And in my opinion, she told too much too soon. A first date is meant to give a hint of what the person might like. It's meant to pique your interest. At the end of a first meeting, her dates pretty much knew her entire life story.
I feel like I
Is
do
this
that.
really about me? Because God, it sounds maybe like it is.
I feel like everyone knows my life story from the podcast.
Oh yeah, I can't. Yeah, 100%. But also too, I also like, you know, when I go on a first date, I like to date out of town. So it is like, you know, like a 1 or 2 day thing. Like it is a marathon date. So maybe that is the problem.
But I like if you get along with the person. I mean, I'm
I'm
don't
not
feel
meeting
like,
a stranger from that,
Right.
but yeah.
But I'm like, then I don't believe in this because then that is like so strict. Like she's
too
like, no
rigid.
matter how, yes, thank you. No matter how great it's going, she says, stop the date after 3 or 4 hours. And I'm like, but why? When
Yeah,
it's
I don't
going great,
like
why
that.
would you?
I don't like that many rules. I like to do what feels natural.
Yeah, like don't drag it on. But if you're having fun, like
Right.
continue the date.
You're like, stop. I gotta go
yeah.
home.
Oh,
Oh, it's been 3
timers.
hours.
You set a 4-hour timer. Time's up. I must go. My sex therapist says I can't stay past 4 hours.
It's like Cinderella.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah, I don't like
I
that.
don't
How
like that
awkward.
one.
Could you imagine like someone and you're having like such a great time
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden the guy's like, I have to go. I have to go right now. I'm so sorry.
I
And
would
then I
find
would
a
be like,
red
okay,
flag.
what? Like, did I say something
Yeah,
wrong?
exactly.
Then I don't like that. No.
Mm.
May have been Along Came Polly. He ate the Indian food.
Oh my God. That's such a funny
What do you
movie.
say?
Along
Along
Came
Came
Polly.
Polly.
He eats Indian food. It's a movie.
Oh, I don't know it.
Oh, you need to watch it.
That's
so funny.
He's like he's like does everything for this girl because he just like wants to be in love with her. So
Yes.
like, he goes against
Very
all of his
cute.
Oh,
everything he
eats
is
Indian
about.
food
That
that
he would
she
never-
Yeah.
Yeah, he
And
doesn't
gets
eat
sick.
spicy
Kills his
food.
stomach.
Yes. Yeah.
And he runs off.
Yes.
That's funny. I'm like, no, it doesn't. When people stay longer, then makes you look desperate.
No, I think it depends.
I
Like,
think
yeah.
if he's like trying to leave, then you like,
No,
please, no,
don't.
like, let me tell you one more story. Yeah, that's desperate. But like, I mean, if
very
you're like,
situational.
go to dinner and then like you want to have a drink after and go to another spot, like, I think that's perfectly okay.
Right.
I would be like, that was so weird. We were having the best time, and then he just ran off.
100%. I would be like, oh my God, like, I scared him. Like, what did I, you know, like,
Yeah,
he's-
right.
You know, that's so weird. That's
Yeah, I
weird.
wouldn't like that.
That sometimes these rules are weird.
No, but that's why we're talking about it.
Yeah.
That's like the texting thing too. Oh, we were having such a good time, and then she stopped responding. for so much time.
Well, if I'm having a good time texting you, I'm not going to stop responding. You'll know pretty quickly, and it's not going to be, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to have like this big conversation. Oh my gosh, like, la la la, and then all of a sudden, crickets. Like that, no. But like, it's going to be very surface, and it'll be very quick.
Yeah, but that was the advice, wasn't it? Don't respond. Wait half a day. So
Well, and this is
doesn't make
also, it's
sense.
like, how do I come across as confident but not needy? Don't instantly include your new partner in everything. Keep seeing friends and family on your own and doing things you love solo. This sends a clear message. My life is full, I'm independent, and you aren't going to be the only thing to make me happy.
I think again, like this is situational because I have met people, and those people that like don't even give you a chance to say no. They just kind of show up, and you're like, oh my gosh, like he won't stop, and it kind of is nice. Like I think it all depends.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you can feel it. I
I do
feel
too.
like I do feel bad because back in the day before social media, even they had Cosmopolitan magazine, and people almost obsess about, well, how do I be more confident and how do I do this? Okay, don't stay for longer. Oh my gosh, it's been 3 hours. I got to go home. I think if you just find confidence in yourself over time and then you just be yourself, I think the energy matches. I feel like energy, I don't know. I've had not good energy with people before. I'm like, I don't know where,
Yeah, I can't wait to get out of there.
Yeah, I agree. And you can tell when someone's not confident in themselves.
Yeah.
And so like I don't even think if you're not feeling confident in yourself, like I don't think you should be dating at all.
Agree.
Because how can you be a partner to someone if you can't even be like your own partner?
And
to
you're
yourself?
just overthinking the whole time,
Yeah.
which would make this miserable. I feel like.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think when we talk about needy, you're needy for certain things. I probably should be more needy. I think.
Yes, there is something to be said about two self-sufficient women, or women that are too
Too
self-sufficient,
independent.
too independent, because men want to feel
Needed.
needed, and they want. Then we're going back. You weren't here. I was getting very upset about men not doing enough for
Yeah.
women, and this goes like I remember someone I worked with at one point. Like she's like, "Ah, no man will ever go take my car to have it detailed or whatever. I would never allow that." And I'm like, why? Like that's if a man wants to do that,
Yeah.
there's not enough men that do that, but they should.
I would
And
love
you
that.
should let them.
My dad does that, so a guy should
Oh,
do that.
see.
So that's
We were
standard.
talking about my dad did that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so cool. Like that, those are, I'm telling you, I don't know how many women will love that. I want to change men back to the way they should.
Yeah. You should do more.
But most men are lazy and insecure and they don't like this. And then they say,
I mean, it's
playing
just
game.
even little like flowers.
Yeah.
Like that's a tiny gesture that they can do that they just don't. So
And that's like the easiest. I have seen before, and Gino's in here, but you can disagree or not. But men are like, why would I buy flowers? It's like they die anyways. And they do, but it's always.
I bought flowers.
okay,
No,
well
I
you're
know.
gonna die one day too. So should I get rid of you too? Like what? Who cares? Like
Yeah.
just enjoy it for
Bring
the
them,
moment. Like
yes.
bring the
I think
flowers.
Any
It's the
girl
effort.
loves
Yeah.
the gesture.
Yes.
And lots of girls will be like, I don't care. I don't need it. But I think when
Everybody wants it.
Yeah.
once
Everybody
you
wants
get it, you're kind of like, you feel like you were thought of.
Mhm.
Patrick still brings me flowers. And if he
Well,
tells
yes,
me,
because Patrick knows.
Is that one of your rules?
no, that's not my rule.
It's an unspoken rule. He
No.
knows.
I mean, he should
You're
bring her
wrong.
flowers.
You are
He
wrong.
knows.
You're wrong on that, because he will actually talk about that he's in line with flowers and people will turn around and go, uh-oh, are you in trouble? And he will say, no, I have done this from the beginning.
I know,
I
but
like
he knows that if he never brought you a flower, there'd be
What are you
a
saying?
problem. Patrick knows her rules.
Well, I
don't
mean,
think there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it at all.
that
But
would be terrible.
You
if
just
did it.
you demand a certain thing.
Treatment, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's not
Mhm.
bad.
No,
I'm not
it's
saying
not
it's bad at all. I just think it's funny
I,
that people would assume you're in trouble.
Well, yeah, because that's like the day and age. Like, oh, I gotta get you flowers. I'm in trouble. Like, you always get a gift when they're fucking around and fucking up.
See,
They
I
never
would
get it when they're
actually-
being good.
Yeah, I would prefer
Only when they did
it
something wrong.
out of nowhere. If you did something wrong, you can go fuck those flowers. I don't want
I
them.
don't want your I'm sorry I fucked up flowers.
Yeah, no.
Like
That
No.
is true.
I don't like that. No.
That is true. Girls,
Gino?
and Gino.
Yes. Girls.
Let's go to question of the day.
Gals.
The two posh girls ask the question of the day.
This is an interesting one. Is there anyone you knew growing up that you would like to reconnect with today?
Oh, wait. Repeat that one more time.
Is there anyone you knew growing up that you would like to reconnect with today?
Oh, wow.
It's like kind of deep.
I know. I really have to think about that.
Mhm.
Not off the top of my head.
Nobody?
I mean, there was like a lady like when I was little, like our first house that like lived next door, and like she was like a mom to my mom. So like it would be cool to go back and
Wow.
like meet like kind of like those people that were around when I was like a baby that aren't here, to kind of like, you know, get that like, you know,
Perspective.
perspective of like, you know, what it was like when I was like as a baby. Because, you know, there's pictures of like me in her house and, you know, her and I, but I don't, you know, I was, you know,
Is she still alive?
no,
Oh,
she
she's
passed
not
away
alive.
when I was like 5 or
Oh,
6,
okay.
so a long time ago. But, you know, people like that, maybe, I would think.
That was really cool, though. I like that.
That is
one.
really, really cool. But I think this maybe like they're not dead. Like they're still alive. You can reconnect with them.
No, because then everyone has, it's 2023, you have every opportunity.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
if you want to connect with someone, you can. It's very
You could
easy.
do it
It's
very
not
easily.
like, oh,
No,
like-
I'm telling you, I read this question and it was very interesting because I have a friend that I was very close with. It was a guy, and I was like maybe 16, 17, and he was always interested in me, but I wasn't. So we were friends, and I think he only was friends with me because he wanted to be around me. But nothing ever happened, and he's like gone from the face of the earth. And this was someone I was so close with, and I know he's still alive,
he's not
but he's
on
not on any
social
no
social media.
Maybe he's in the witness protection program.
I don't know. I always thought I think he got married and had kids, and once he did that, he was like, I will never speak to her again. And it's so weird to me because we were together all the time.
Yeah.
So it's
that's
very,
weird.
very strange to never find someone again that you
I mean,
were
yeah,
close
that's
to.
weird, when
weird.
they've disappeared
Mhm.
off of. But I think there are some men who really are not interested in social media
Oh, for
whatsoever.
sure.
Yeah.
So then when they get like they have their life, they just have no interest. I mean, there
Mhm.
are those alien people who don't have
That is
social
true.
media,
Alien people.
are not interested. And I'm sure
Yeah.
actually their life is very calm,
Yeah,
fulfilling.
probably.
What do you think what would you ask him? Just like, what
Yeah.
have you been doing?
Yes. How was your life? How is everything? Like, how are the kids? Like, this is what happened in my life. Like, I
You
would
know he
love
probably
that.
still Googles you and
I
stuff.
don't know.
I guarantee
I
it. You're probably
swear
the
to
love
God.
of his life, and he sits there like every year Googling you and
I
listening to
don't
all the
imagine that.
podcasts. 100%.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. I think he literally like cut that whole thing off to move on. That's what I think.
I don't think there's anyone that I could think of.
No, nobody. at
No,
all?
because when you do say social media, it's like I kind of see everyone. I'd have
Yeah.
to think.
I mean, you get those like requests from like your friends, like, you know, from when you were young and
Yeah.
like, you know, in high school that you were close with,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that you're not close with, and like to me that's kind of like catching up. Like you can
Yeah.
see all
Yeah.
their stuff, you know, but you know, I don't know.
That is
What about you,
Gino?
Gino?
Nothing on the top of my head.
Really?
I can't think of anyone.
Well, because Gino's actually still friends with his
Yeah.
friends
Yeah,
that
like
he had when he was young.
elementary school homies are still kicking. So
I don't
That's
really
true.
have that. I mean, one of them is my best friend. I mean, she's like very much like in Austin, like married to a woman or was married to a woman.
oh,
Oh.
Eva.
Oh, I was like, yes.
Like,
oh my gosh, yes. That was your best friend, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you ever want to talk to Nikki?
Scoggins?
Yeah.
Probably, but like, I mean, we see each other
It's
on
true.
social media. We do connect. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know.
That's so crazy. All right, let's do party with Miss Polly.
It's time to
boy.
party with Miss Polly.
There we go.
We're still on our yes, no, maybe list. In the last
Liv real
episode,
quick. Oh,
we talked about toe sucking.
Oh, I know a lot of toe suckers.
See? I'm telling
I know a guy who used to tell girls to come over after their shift. They worked all night in their socks and their boots or their shoes. And he would say, come over, do not take your shoes or socks off, and come over to my house. And he would suck their dirty toes after a full shift at work.
That is
See?
revolting.
Now, do we know why?
I mean, I
He
could
had
ask
this.
him.
I
Yeah,
just want to
can you
know.
ask him?
I'll ask him.
I want to know where the foot fetish comes
would
from.
he come on the show?
If we blocked out his face and changed his voice, maybe.
Oh my God, it's like a black.
It's like
Oh.
this pixelated, pixelate his
We
face.
can, right, Michael?
I mean,
He doesn't know.
Oh my God.
we could wear a ski mask.
Oh my gosh. And then we'd make him sound like an alien robot or something.
Yeah, change his voice.
That's hilarious.
I just want to know where it stems from. I really would like to ask a psychologist because I think the foot fetish is number one. And so we talked about that. But the next yes, no, maybe that I'd like to ask is yes, no, maybe on, let's see.
It's scary.
Dun, dun, dun. Bondage. Gino, would you ever tie anyone up and hang them from the ceiling?
Oh my God.
There's other ways. It doesn't have to be that crazy, I don't think. But
I don't know. What do you mean hanging them from the ceiling?
Bondage, like tying them up or somebody
Like a
tying
sex
you up.
swing.
Sex swing.
I literally just heard that. We caught up with a friend the other day, and he told us that his friend was telling him all about the sex swing that they had, showing him pictures and everything, and Patrick's sister.
I think a lot of people have
Has one.
sex swings.
I mean, I think it could be kind of fun.
A lot of people have them. I actually think that people that lived in my unit before me did have one because in
Because
my
that's
room there's
thing.
hooks all in the ceiling.
That's
And I live in
why.
like an older building, and so like they didn't take them out. So like I'm always like wondering and like,
I mean, I
Wonder what's
played on
going
one
on.
in the sex store. I actually have photos of this. and
Didn't
it
we
was-
sell them? We sold them.
I don't know.
Yeah, we did.
But I feel like it would be kind of fun. So
Sorry,
I'm maybe.
I'm getting a text from the mayor. Excuse me.
Gino, yes, no, maybe.
This is urgent.
Liv, yes, no, maybe.
yeah, I think the right person.
Yeah.
Do you remember Andy's mom told us about the sex swing?
Yes, she said she had legs like a horse and that she would hang from the ceiling.
Who?
Andy's mom.
Godwin, the Godwins.
There's no swing that could support her. Are you kidding me? That's a lie.
Swear to God, she told us that in my lobby.
think
She
could
told
hold up to,
told
like, a
me
lot
that
of
at a
pounds.
competition.
No offense. She's closer to my 600-pound life than Sex Wings edition.
Honestly, you
Maybe
would
it's
be
a new
surprised.
TLC show.
No shot.
BBW. Big beautiful women. People
All
are
right.
into that.
Let's go to this
Crane.
gossip segment. We don't have intro right now, but I will put it in later. And do you have any gossip for us?
I
Liv?
have some, nothing too crazy, nothing I can really speak on yet, but I think the gossip is about to begin because football's over,
Uh-huh.
Super Bowl's, Super Bowl's about to happen. So, I mean, it's everybody's out for, off season. Baseball's about to be done.
As soon
So-
as everybody's like hiding from
Yeah. Well, and no, they don't hide. Like, I mean, but
Liv. I
there's.
mean, because the show. I'm kidding.
No. No one's ever like come up to me and it's like, don't ever tell. I mean, well, people come up to me like, we're good, right? We're good. But no one ever like of status. They're just like the normal people around town. But I mean, we have people in all the time. We had Johnny Manziel in on Wednesday and he's
Oh,
always
really?
a good time. Like he's amazing. He's so nice. We've known him for years. So like, he's out and about. But
Does he tip good?
yeah, always. And he's so sweet. Like he's a really, really just like nice guy. Like just chill. He just doesn't mind, and he's just hanging out. So he was in there, but I mean, I think the gossip is about to begin. Danielle's going to be at Waste Management next week, so she's going to probably get some good gossip there.
What is that?
It's like the Phoenix Open, so it's like the huge golf tournament. So it's in Scottsdale every year, and it ends every year Super Bowl Sunday, and Super Bowl's in Scottsdale this year. So it's gonna be a big event. I mean, last time that happened, we were both there. I worked waste management, and then I worked in the Old Town. And I mean, every celebrity was there. Every celebrity. I mean, Usher was doing performances like in the middle of Old Town. Like every UFC fighter, every athlete, every football player. I mean, it's a very athlete and celebrity heavy event, so there'll be some good gossip for sure.
So all this time, like, do you ever have like not even famous people, but any crazy stories in the club, like where people are like getting caught cheating and all this? No,
I mean,
that doesn't
there
happen?
is just, you see things all the time, like, I see everything, and it's really funny because you can always tell, like, I know a couple, and they come in, and he comes in all the time. They come in all the time together, and I talk to them, just briefly, because they come in usually like at the beginning of the night, and then I'll see him. I don't know what their arrangement is, and I don't know if it's what because to each their own, and none of my business. But you'll see people come in, the next day with someone else, and the next week with someone else, and the next week she'll be back, and it's just. But they could have a total arrangement, and like, none of my business. But I mean, you see a lot of crazy things, and like it's
That's
weird.
what I was wondering.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because they're adults, and so they want us to hold their hand when they're in trouble. So it's like, oh, there was someone who, we'll just say Joe, he had dropped like something on the floor, and like I guess someone picked it up, and like he goes crazy. Oh, you guys should have been watching me better. Blah 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 blah. Well, I can't. There's 300 people in a club. I cannot watch you. I have your credit card and ID. I didn't lose that. That's on my person. So like I can't duct tape your things to your body. So I mean, people are just you get alcohol in them, and they get a little crazy, and so. But I mean, and it never surprises me. I mean, I'm pretty sure last night I met a swinger couple, because it was just like a couple. It was the two of them, and I was just, talking to them, and they had a table. So just chatting with them. They're with me for 4 hours. So, got to talk to them. And, they were nice. And, I was just like talking, and I was like, oh, next time you guys can come back. And I gave them my card, and I gave it to the wife, and the husband, like, she gave it to the husband, and the husband, like, was like, oh, did you just give us your number? And I'm like, oh God. And I totally didn't get that vibe until that comment. And then like I was like, oh yeah, like totally, blah, blah, blah. Just kind of played it off. And then I got a text on my phone, and it was like, hey, this is blah, 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 and blah, 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 like save our number or whatever. Well, then I was like, oh, like, where'd you guys go to dinner? And then this was what really solidified it. And they were like, oh, and where do you think of all places in Dallas they went to dinner?
Where?
Tight Ends.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
Well, I mean, that's where a place where one would think that maybe you could go and kind of, scout for a girl that works there to kind of.
That place is, to me, on another level, because it's like, I mean, a strip club is a strip club, right? And you go to this. I mean, they wear less clothes than the strippers sometimes.
But I think for like, if you're gonna swing, like you're not gonna go to a strip club to find someone, because you're gonna have to pay them a lot of money. They're strippers, so like if you want to take them home or whatever, if they do that,
Gino is like, people do this. Say what's on your head, Gino.
No, I obviously knew that, but
like if you just want to like someone to swing with, and someone to hook up with. I'm going to go to Tight Ends and, tip the waitress really well, and then, flirt with her, and she'll probably do it, for less than a stripper, I would assume.
Wow.
No offense to any Tight Ends girls or strippers. I love you all. But you know what I'm saying? It's
I
like
love them too. I have
that
nothing
just
against
is a
them.
place where, you're not going to
crazy.
go to Nick and Samson, pick up on your waitress and try to take her home. I mean, you might, but,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you ever get tired of it? Or do you
of what?
like candle room? Like, do you ever get burnt
Um,
out? Do you experience burnout like in other, like, I get burnt out sometimes.
I just don't like going out anymore. Like, so
Oh, you
like I
don't?
work 3 nights a week. So like that's enough of like chaos and like,
Yeah.
you know, you get to have, you know, have a couple drinks and I work with my friends and you know, all like everyone at Candle Room is amazing. So like, it's easy to go to work. Like I never am like, oh, I hate going to work. Like, I don't want to go to work tonight. Like
Yeah.
it's never
like you're
like
going
that.
out.
Yeah. It's just mostly like, you know, on my days off, I'm at home. I'm chilling. Like I don't.
With your puppy.
Yeah,
That
my
dog
new
is so
baby.
cute.
He's so cute. But yeah, I think that's more of a burnout thing. Like, and you know, it's more like work. So if I go out, then it's like, you know, you gotta shake hands and say hi to everyone and how have you been? Because oh my gosh, where have you been? I haven't seen you in so long. Blah 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 blah. And that's more exhausting.
Yeah.
That's what I get tired of because it's just the same thing over. At work, it's different every day. It's like you never know like what's gonna happen. But you know, when you go out, it's the same people. It's the same. Hi, how are you doing? What have you been doing? Oh, I've been doing this. I've been doing this. That's more exhausting, and I get tired of that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just curious.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, everyone gets burnt out. I just didn't, because that is a lot that you have to take on at your job.
Yeah, but it's 4 hours a shift.
That's true.
So and it's only 3 shifts. So like Friday, Saturday together, and then you'll have Sunday off, Monday off, Tuesday off,
that's true.
and then Wednesday. So like
It's
if
just 4 hours.
Uh,
Oh, that's not too
10,
bad.
10 to 12 or 10 to 2.
Oh.
So
Not too
Yeah,
bad.
that isn't bad.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Thank
you,
We,
guys.
Thank you.
If you have any gossip, call us.
Or if you have a foot fetish, I'd
DM
like to know.
us. DM us. Yeah, let us know why you like your toe. Why you like to suck
Yeah.
toes. Oh my god.